Hi guys, Dinner Lady here. Hello, it's Monday again. How the hell did that happen? But anyway, so what we've done is over the last couple of weeks we have been having some very rich food. So I've decided today I'm going to make a soup. So I'm going to do a green pea and ham soup, one of our actual favourites. And to go with that, I'm going to do some soda bread. So I'll bring you down and let you have a look at the ingredients. Dead simple. Right, so I've got this gammon giant. I've had that in the fridge for a couple of weeks actually. It's from Lidl's, I think, and it's normally about £3. I'll only use half of that for the soup, and the other half will be just left in the fridge for sandwiches and stuff like that. So, and I have some green split peas. So it is pretty difficult to find these, but I sourced them online. So you know, give them a go. I've got a couple of carrots, I've got a couple of celery sticks, and I forgot I also need an onion, which I didn't get out. And I want to check the stock that I cook the gammon in, just to see how salty or anything that it is, because I'm planning on using the stock from that to make the soup as well. But if it's not too salty and it's not very gammony or hammy, I might put another one of those in. And for the soda bread, again, dead simple. We have some plain flour. We have some bicarbonate of soda. That's what helps it with the rise. And normally it's used with buttermilk. However, where I live, it's a very small little place and you cannot buy buttermilk, and I didn't have time to go further afield for it. So I'm just going to use some Greek style yogurt. And it's the acid in the yogurt that combines with that to give the rise. So here we go, I'll bring you over and we'll start getting prepared. Right guys, so I'm going to use the Ninja pressure cooker to cook the gammon in. So just turn that on. I've put hot water in there just so it comes up a lot easier. Just going to push that across. 10 minutes, make sure the valve, I want it on for 30. There we go. So that's the gammon in, and we'll come back over there and we'll start looking at the peas. Right guys, so I've got my pan out. I don't know if you can see that, but it is at 0. And I'm going to need 500 grams of the green split peas. So it's coming up there. It's about half this packet because it's a kilo packet. Cautious there, I think I was. Spot on. Couldn't do that again, could I? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rinse this a few times just to make sure that there's no bits of grit or anything in there. And then once I've done that, I'll bring you back again. Right guys, so I've rinsed them about 5 or 6 times. So I'm just going to turn that on. I've got a kettle of boiling water here. I'm just going to pour in a full kettle full. And what we're going to do is we're going to boil these for about 10 minutes. Splashing it all over my cooker top. Boil these for about 10 minutes and then we're going to let them soak for about an hour. You actually don't need to do that. It just saves on the cooking time, that's all later on, because the water plumps it up. And it just softens them slightly so that when you're cooking them actually for the soup, it doesn't take a couple of hours, it'll take about an hour, about 45 minutes for them to cook. Right, so we're just going to bring that up to a boil. I'll turn it off after 10 minutes and then we'll get on with doing the veggies. Right guys, so the peas are up to the boil now and I'm just going to prepare my veggies. So, and then we're just going to saute these off. Get rid of these. Couldn't pick them all up, I'll put them over there for now, pick them up in a bit. So just your onion, this is how I do it. I've tried to do it leaving the ends on and all of that, and I'm just not comfortable with it. So I do what is easier for me. So there, just whack them up there like that, and straight through. Right, so I'll just carry on with this, and then we'll come back to you once they're all chopped. Right guys, that's the buzzer going off for the peas. So I'm just going to turn them off and just leave them. As you can see, they've plumped up a bit, but they'll plump up even more in the next hour while they're just sitting there. We have all the veggies cut up. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to bring you around a little bit. Got a saute pan there, can you see it? Yeah, just get this on a medium heat. Push that to the back. And we're just going to saute these off until they're nice and soft and a little bit caramelised. So we'll just get them all in there. I went to IKEA yesterday with Ian's son and his partner, and I bought that. £1.50, I love it. Sad, isn't it, when you get excited over a wooden spoon. But anyway, like I say, I'm just going to saute these off on a medium heat until they start to caramelise a little bit, get some colour on them, and get them softened up. Right, forgot to do this on camera. I put a bit of salt and pepper in. Now the salt will just draw out some of the moisture out of the veggies and help it cook. So, we'll see you in a bit. Right guys, so these have now been soaking for about an hour. You can see how much they've plumped up and taken on a little bit of water. What I'm going to do is I'm going to empty the water off, and then we're going to get out the big pan and we'll start making the soup. Right guys, so I've drained the peas off. I'm just going to pop them straight in there. Now this is the stock that I cooked the gammon in. There's the gammon there, look. And I did add one of those ham stock cubes as well, so I'm just going to pop that in there. But we do need a bit more liquid in that, so I've got a boiling kettle here. There we go. Just give that a bit of a stir. Bring that up to the boil, and I'll keep bringing you back periodically just so you can have a quick look at what's going on and how it's all panning out. Can't wait for this soup now. Really looking forward to it. Right, so that's all come up to the boil now. I'm just going to leave that for about 15 minutes. It seems a bit time consuming, this soup, but to be honest, I've sat about doing nothing for most of the time. The veggies are all there, and then after about 15 minutes I'll put the veggies in, I'll put the ham in, and then we'll let it all finish off. I'll show you the difference in about 15 minutes, guys. Right guys, so while we're waiting for the soup to be doing, I might as well make this soda bread. So what we need is, we need 500 grams of plain flour. You probably won't be able to see it because my bowl is going over the top of it. But we will... There we go. It's going to be nearly there. Oh, a little bit over. Spoon. $4.96. Come on, there you go, 500. Leave that there for the moment. So what we need is, we need a little bit of salt. About a teaspoon of salt. And we also need a teaspoon and a half. Oh, if I can never get this open. Teaspoon and a half, which is like a heaped one, I would have thought. About that much of bicarbonate of soda. Now, like I said earlier, I can't get buttermilk, so I need 400 mils all together. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mix that round to get that all incorporated. There we go. Pop that to one side just for a second. Don't need that any longer. So we have our Greek style yoghurt. That's all I could get. But like my nana used to say, make do and mend. So I want 400 mils, which is there. So I want about 3 of the yoghurt. Just need to shake it a little bit more. Yep, that'll probably be about it. 2 seconds, guys. I'm just going to get some milk. Right, just put a little bit of milk in there, about 100 mils, and that'll make it up. Grab the spoon. So it's the acid that's in the yoghurt that'll react with the bicarb. That'll give us a lovely rise. There, look. It's about the same consistency as buttermilk there now. So we'll get our flour and everything back. I'm going to put nearly all of this in. Leave just a little bit just in case we've got a flour that doesn't need as much liquid. And we'll start bringing that in. We could have flour that needs more liquid. Then what we'll do is we'll rinse out the jug with a little bit of water. Right, yeah, put the rest of that in. Get that in there. What I'll do is I'll give it a bit of a mix and then get my hand in. There. I love a bit of soda bread. I do love making bread, but you know when you're at work all day and then you come back and you just think all I want is some like homemade bread that's still warm with a bit of butter on. Right, that's it. Hand time. Used the wrong hand there though, didn't I? Right, 2 seconds. Schoolgirl error. Sleeves up. There we go. That's what you need. That's it. I think this is going to be enough liquid. Excuse me, to take all of this in. And has there any use made soda bread? I had soda bread. Do you know what I love? And I might do it one day as well, because I'm thinking about doing a bread playlist, because I love making homemade bread. Right, I think that's enough. I love sautéed onions with cheese. Cheesy soda bread. Or cheesy bread. Well, you've seen the other one, haven't you? Right. So what we need is to knead this just a little bit, bring it all together. I've got the oven on, by the way, and I've got it on at 200. The thing is with soda bread, you need to have that instant heat. That'll help the reaction between the acid of the yogurt or the buttermilk if you're using it. See, it's starting to stick. It's lovely. And the bicarb. It's just about there. There we go. And then we'll turn it over. There's a few bits and pieces there, but oh, it feels firm but soft at the same time. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little bit of a clean up here. In fact, I'm not. Do you know what? I'm just going to do it. I've got baking tray there with a little bit of parchment paper on. I'm going to pop that on there. Get rid of all of this so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the tray. Pop that in there and I'll get rid of it. Quickly wash the hands. Sorry, that took a little bit of doing. It's very sticky on your hands there. Right. Little cloth, straight over. That'll just do for now. Give it a good clean in a minute. Big knife. And we've got that there. Just push that down a little bit. Now you do have to put a cross in the top. Now they used to say that was letting the devil out. I'm sure if there's any of my Irish friends out there, if I'm getting that wrong, then please let us know. But you have to go pretty far down, not just a little cut. Pretty far down. There we go. Push that back together. And that goes into the oven for about 30 minutes. I'll check it after 30 and then we will have a look at it once it comes out, guys. Right, so I hope the camera doesn't go a bit funny because when it gets a little bit hot, when it gets close to something, it can go off. So if it does go off, I apologise in advance. But just the peas are, if you look, just starting to break down lovely. Might need a little bit more water in there, but we'll have a look. Now it's time to put the veg in. So we've got all of the sautéed vegetables there, look. They all go in very nicely. Now you can put garlic in, you can put a few herbs in, whatever you prefer. There, that looks lovely already. And still got a little way to go yet. So I've got half of the gammon that I've left to one side just to cool down, and that'll go into the fridge, and that'll just be for sandwiches, just to slice off with a bit of the peas pudding. And I've diced up the other half. So it goes a long way, one little one of those. So get that in there. Let me put a little bit more water in there. I'm just going to give it 5 minutes with the lid on so I don't lose any of this. I'm obsessed by this. Look at the difference between that and that. Next time I go to IKEA, I'm going to get a boatload of those. But that's starting to look really lovely now. Bread's in the oven, like you've seen us do. So what we'll do is we'll have a bit of a clean up, bit of a tidy up, and then we'll have another look at this. Right guys, 1 minute left for the bread to come out, and if you have a look at that now, that is absolutely looking amazing. What I'll do is I'm just going to pop you over here a second, and then we'll have a little bit of a taste, have a look for salt. We'll definitely need some pepper. Now I have to admit, most of my recipes do have white pepper in it, only because when I used to do this with Nana, there was nothing as like cracked black pepper, so I want the same taste. Oh, I've lost my spoon out of there. I'm just going to pop that on one side. I'm going to spoon here. Just going to have a little bit of a taste. I'd say about 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and that's about it. Because you've got the salt that I put in the veggies earlier. Oh, that's the bread. And you've got the salt from the ham, but we do need some good white pepper. I'm just going to stir that in. I'll bring the bread out, let that pepper melt into there, and we'll have another taste in a second. So, wow, look at that, baby. I must admit, that looks absolutely amazing. I'm just going to get me the one. You test this the same as you test any other bread. Pat it on the bottom. That's hollow. That's cooked. So I'm just going to get it on my wire rack over there. Turn all of that off. Have another taste of the soup. Hot. Oh yeah. Yeah, that needed that pepper. Right, just waiting for Ian to come home now. Once he's finished work, then we'll have a bowl of soup and some nice fresh bread. Could it get any better than that? Right, Ian's home from work now, so we're just going to have some soup. That's that all done. He's already chopped up a little bit of soda bread.
Lovely.
Just got a bowl there. Now this is good for you. You can see there's hardly any fat or anything that's in there. It just helps us because we have had some rich food lately.
Very.
So I'm just going to pop that down there. Get rid of that. Don't need that any longer. And then we'll come across and you can have a look at that with some bread as well.
There's
Right.
the soda bread.
Soda bread and the pea and ham soup.
Lovely. Looks lovely. Right, gonna dig in. Not had this for a long time. Have we?
No, I haven't actually.
Is it going to be red hot?
It will be pretty hot.
Yeah, it's hot. Tell you what, that's really nice. You could sort. It's one of them soups where you can feel it doing you good
Yeah.
as soon as you have it. Obviously, the split peas give it that colour, and that's the overall flavour you get. Obviously, with a bit of seasoning.
Yeah, it is very green.
It's very green.
However, it is really nice.
I'm going to try some of this bread now. Dipped in, of course. It's got to be dipped in. Some nice soda bread, and I'll try a little bit by itself. Wow, it's good. It's soda bread. How light and airy that is. It's really nice.
Just a quick and easy bread, just to go with a bit of soup.
That's lovely. Absolutely delicious. The soup and the bread. Mwah. Banging.
Right guys, well we're going to go off and eat the tea.
Yeah, and we'll upload it tonight after I've eaten this.
Yeah, thank you very much for watching yet again. Really enjoyed Saturday night for the live.
Yeah.
We'll arrange something next time and we'll get back to you, and thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
See you later guys.
See you later.